Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. I'm here with my good friend Adam Mackay. Adam, tell me about you and your business.
Okay. I'll start with the business first, 'cause that's easier to quantify.
Yeah.
I think. West Union Art Studios, we're right in downtown Morganton. We've been here for almost 9 full years, working towards the Big Ten.
Man, awesome.
We have a bunch of art studios for a bunch of different artists, and I give piano lessons.
Right.
And it's a place for a bunch of people to make their artwork at an affordable place, because it's really hard to be an artist.
Right.
So the goal and the concept is to be able to help other artists in our area.
Right.
So we have the studios, and we have a gallery space downstairs, which has a really reasonable take on it. One reason it's very hard to be an artist is because the gallery scene, if you send work to a gallery, they're automatically taking 40 to 50%.
Right.
So it's hard to make a living like that. If I sell a coffee mug for $32,
right,
then I send it to a gallery and I'm getting $16 for one of these. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So we're trying to just support as many people as we can in our area, as many artists as we can,
right,
to try to make it easier. Best thing about a group like this is we're shouldering the burden amongst many people.
right. Well, man, y'all have done an excellent job, because I love all your stuff,
Thank
you
you.
and Molly, and what you've done downstairs, and we're going to have some stuff of that featuring on the podcast too. And I just love everything that you're doing. You know, your talent, and you're young, and it's hard to make it in business. I've been fortunate too, and you're a lot like me. And kind of tell me the beginnings of the business. How did it kind of play in and come about, and and to be almost celebrating 10 years through COVID and everything else, man, that's a testimony.
Yeah, that was hard. Those are both difficult times at the very beginning, and through the whole navigating COVID. Those were probably the most difficult times that we moved through. The beginning of starting a business is just a lot of effort and time and money and time.
Yeah.
So much time to get it up and rolling.
Right.
So backing up a little bit, Molly and I, my wife Molly and I, we graduated from Appalachian State in 2012 in December.
Mountaineers.
Yep, the Mountaineers.
They beat the Wolverines, didn't they?
They did.
Oh, okay, excuse
my
me.
dad's from Michigan too, and my dad was he was sitting on Lake Michigan watching that game when Appalachian, and then 2 of his kids went to Appalachian.
Them daggone hillbillies, what were they thinking? Hey, that's good stuff. Appalachian's a excellent school, and so is Michigan. Love the Wolverines. But yeah, that's a great story. So y'all graduated from Appalachian.
Yeah, December 2012, and then we got married May of 2013. Remodeled our house, and we thought, okay, we're gonna do this pottery thing. So we both went to school for art, concentrated in ceramics.
Right.
And so we're just coming out of college. We're on fire for this, but then we're at our house, which it's a great house. But we're in the basement, and it's dark, it's kind of damp, and really basements just kind of suck.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So further, the materials that we use in ceramics, silica, everything's full of silica. You don't want to be breathing that stuff in and bringing it into your household on a consistent basis. So we thought let's do something, and we got an idea, and we just went for it. But at that time, downtown Morganton was pretty different than what it is now. On the block that we're on, 113 West Union Street, and our block in front of us and one block down from us, there were 13 empty storefronts at that time. So we really had our pick of buildings.
Right.
And fortunately, at that time, there was a very generous landlord who wanted to help young people start up. He gave us a killer deal on rent. That was Gresham Orrison. He was He is a really good guy.
Yeah, I love Gresham.
Yeah.
They helped us. Him and Mike Fullenwater when I first come here in business and stuff like that. So that's been, and God rest his soul, Mike Fullenwater. But yeah, Gresham, he was an optometrist, a surgeon. I can't remember all the full details, but yeah, it's good to find people in town that kind of carries on to the next generation, kind of helps you out and can be there to kind of subsidize or get you going. And that it's I've ran into a lot of people like that in my life and in business, stuff like that people that you can partner with, or people that that sees your heart and can help you with that, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's you can't do this stuff on an island. You have to have a community. I think with whatever business you're in, you have to have a community. If you're doing it by yourself, you're just gonna grind yourself into the dirt in your business. It's
got to be the fabric of everybody. That's the way I see it. Even moving forward, Adam, is everybody doing their part, having their giftings, and they're kind of promoting that now here in North Carolina, and kind of going back to the small community. And it's so key and vital to have businesses like yours that are downtown, while things are being renovated, and it's still like a ghost town. A lot of towns are renovating and going through some things, and man, we're doing some good things here. But man, I'm excited about seeing things that are coming.
Yeah,
and businesses like you and Molly and West Union,
Art Studios.
And West Union Art Studios is so important for communities to thrive.
Yeah, well, they are. We have in a small community like this. I mean, we have Walmart, and it's always packed out,
right?
But all of the stores that we have around us, we have some great stores around us, and we're going to have more great stores too. We just got to get some landlords on the line about like getting with the program,
right?
But we're going to have more great stores, and each one of these stores has things that you will never find in one of those shopping centers.
Right. Well, I love the boutique experience anyway, because you got the best candles around. You got Yankee candles is kind of what everybody seems to be the standard out there that people kind of go by, and then there's so many to choose from. But your candles, are my favorite. Plus, you get a nice piece of pottery.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're not going to get that. A jar. That you can't really use. But when you get, so I always try to pick the candles that's got handles or sets that I can, use, and man, just all the stuff that y'all come up with, all the different artists, man, I just love supporting that. And so you guys have good products.
Oh, thank you. It's like when you use something that's handmade, and I think more and more people of my generation are trying to get back to getting away from mass-produced goods. And so just as an example, like I have a lot of pottery at my house that I've picked up and collected over the years.
Right.
And if I use this IKEA cup or whatever, if I, have my morning coffee with it, there's nothing there. It's like, okay, I went to IKEA that one time. That was awesome. Not really. But all these other pieces that I have, I have strong memories of the people that I got those from, and that time I was there, or this thing that I did with them, and it's definitely more nostalgic, and there's just more behind that.
Yeah. Well, I like going in places like yours and buying small gifts and things like that are unique. Because I like to gift people, and I feel like my wife gives me a hard time all the time in the car, because I look like Santa's sleigh riding around. I mean, you dig in my car, you can find anything. I was like, will you clean your car out? Well, would you clean Santa's sleigh out? I mean, there's stuff for everybody.
You're going to use that.
You got to use that. I've got candles from Mackay, candles collections and stuff like that, and so I can, it smells up the car nice, and I can pass them out, and gifts like that. But I love doing that. And having those kind of things, these stores that are unique and local. That's what I like, is the local fabric, being promoted.
What do you see next coming in to Morganton?
What, you asking me?
Yeah.
This is a good question, man. I think, well, I'm excited about everything that's coming into Morganton. I'm excited about what's happening at Western Piedmont Community College, the math and science. We got good things going on there. There's the music scene. People don't realize this is going to be the music scene, and I'm excited about that. They got things going on downtown at the historic Burke Courthouse, the stage and everything. That's been a success and all those kind of things. And, I'm excited about seeing restaurants come downtown, the music scene really picking up, where you can have families, not just, boutique things are great too. You got to have all those, and that's thriving, but you got to have places also that you can, seek crowds in. You got to have a chow house, and to bring families downtown, because people like traveling from all over the country coming here, and, families just like being down at the beach. That's kind of tourism is what this place is built on. Morganton, and I love it, and I'm all about it, and the history here. And so we're excited at Morganton Live about all the businesses like yours, and all the businesses that are coming, the infrastructure, the innovation. I'm excited, but it takes the next generation, Adam, people like you, and then the ones that you're mentoring and bringing up, because you're no spring chicken.
I'm a summer bird.
He's a summer bird.
That's
now,
right.
What is a summer bird?
That's right. Did you say, what is a summer bird?
What is a summer bird?
It's when you can no longer quantify yourself as a young adult or a young man.
Okay.
Now, I'm just a man.
All right. Well, let's change gears then, since we're talking that. Now, you was talking about you and Molly started the business, and that y'all were both graduated from Appalachian State, and but let's go back a little further. Okay. Now, you were telling me earlier that you and Molly were a thing since high school.
Since high school. That's
since
right.
High school.
Yeah.
Now, how long ago has that been? You're old, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, gosh, we've been together for I think 17 years.
Wow, man.
No,
y'all are old.
Longer than that.
No.
17 years. We've been together for 17 years.
Right.
So we had a close group of friends back in our teenage years, and we were always hanging out, doing things together.
Right.
And Molly and I, we were just like friends. We were best friends. I called her my best friend. She called me her best friend. Still do. We still maintain that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I knew
puppy love
when I was
kicked
a
in,
baby. I told my mother when I was 16 that I was going to marry Molly Bellata. We were just friends at that time.
Yeah.
We were not being romantic in any way.
Right.
But I just knew.
You just knew.
Yeah.
Like Susie Brunson and me when I was 16. You missed out, Susie. I'm sorry. Your mama put the kibosh on that. No, I'm teasing. I love all that puppy love is so strong, and hear stories like this is amazing to me because Molly's such a wonderful person, and you're such a wonderful person, and to see your best friend and to share that in a marriage and in a business and stuff like that's to me that's the American dream. That's you two are a blessing like that, and that's a great example for everybody to look to.
Well, thank you. I mean, and every relationship has ups and downs and trials,
right?
But we love each other. We try to respect one another and be there for each other.
Right. Yeah. That's hard to find these days. Adam, now we're talking about the business and you and Molly and there was other people that helped along the way and got you established, and
for sure.
What's the dynamics there in business you learn, and working with people? Well,
you learn a lot of lessons in business. When we opened, we just as young people who hadn't been through any of this before, we went into business with a friend. We loved that friend, and unfortunately it didn't work out to be in business with a friend.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
So that's a lesson learned that we can't do that.
Right.
But there was a lot of help there at the beginning with that friend. And
sure. Well, you go through those
unfortunately,
seasons.
that's how it went. But man, when we started, it was completely different than what it is now.
Right. Well, you always in business you're adapt, and I've adapted, totally in my business compared to what I was doing, and still in that vein, but just you got to be able as a business, and you learn as a young person. There's nobody out there mentoring people, so I come in strong now. When I see people like you, and I've got Arlen on in my team that helps me, and you got to have the right people that's kind of guiding you. And I used to think counseling was a foolish thing. You need some counseling, man. But then I found out how dumb I was, that I didn't want to receive counsel, because counseling wasn't how dumb I was. It was how dumb I was, but it was gathering all the right information so that you can make a decision for yourself.
Yeah.
So when you got all the facts and you understand all the elements and dynamics, it makes things easier and somebody to aspire to, and that can motivate you and keep you from pitfalls and paying your taxes. You got to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
It's true.
You don't even know what taxes there are, and
I know.
Until you go for it, and
and the banks don't help you.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, the banks don't help you in your dream. They help you after you get there. Everybody wants to help you once you make it. So, but and the struggle's real. But anyway, let's change gears, Adam. Let's talk about music now. We love music, and that's one of the biggest things. We're at Morganton Live, and we love business profiles, and we had Billy James on here, man. And anybody that loves music. Juan Johnson, he's an incredible, piano player and vocalist, and you play piano, you teach piano, and I've seen you play, and man, you got to have a great pianist.
God, we lugged a piano up the flight of steps to get to where it is now. And
those Casios are pretty light, aren't they?
That wasn't a Casio, buddy. That was an upright.
It was a Yamaha.
Yeah, and that was pretty rough. I think our stairs sunk a quarter of an inch.
Well, those legs are hard to get upstairs too, right?
It was a whole thing. I think I could have really hurt myself, really. But I used to teach. Full-time art in Hickory, and I enjoyed that job. I was able to mentor some kids and really leave a mark on them. I still talk to some of these kids
that's awesome,
who are young adults now, I guess. Yeah. Spring chickens.
Yeah.
But I never really wanted to do that. That was the job that paid the bills.
Right.
And so I'm going through this, oh man, what can I do to change this up? I don't love driving to Hickory. I don't love having this full-time gig when I'm trying to make this place
a full-time gig.
Yeah. And it was a lot of responsibility just having this open.
Sure.
And working full-time.
Yeah,
so,
I'm with you.
About 5 years ago, something like that, the music room was a wreck. It was just storage, nasty walls, nasty floor, nasty ceiling. So I thought, we have this place. Oh, and we just got a new landlord at that time.
Right.
And when we got that new landlord, our rent doubled within a month.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Growing.
Yeah. Due to economic things we could not foresee, these increases are coming active this week.
Yeah, that was just before COVID too.
Right.
So boy, that was some growing pains there for sure.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I thought, I was doing the math. Well, if I do 16 piano students a month, and if we keep doing pottery stuff like we're doing, I think we'll be okay, and I can exit this full-time job, increase the pottery stuff, exit the full-time job. And so we did that, and we've grown the piano business. Private piano lessons is what we do downstairs.
Right.
I focus a lot on chords.
Right.
Scales, and giving kids tools to be able to improvise.
Right now.
For me, that was the hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
That got me to be a lifelong musician.
Right. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Marcus Kearns, the best piano player that I've ever met. He was my teacher, so inspirational to me, such a good mentor.
Right.
So that's what I focus on a lot, is that improvising and learning chord structures, how to build chords, but also we do a lot of notation, written music. We do classical music, modern composers as well. So that's grown. You got to have well-rounded musicians.
Right. But it's a language.
It is.
And
it is.
You don't realize it. I didn't realize
symbols.
it.
So many symbols.
It's simple, instead of what's the alphabet? I don't even know how many letters in the alphabet. 26, 24.
Sure.
And there what, 7 in the musical field, basically.
Right.
So, man, I can make it to that. That's my kind of stuff. But, I didn't think about that when I was learning music, and you're exactly right, man. You hit somebody with it's so complicated where they can't just walk away and do something right then. The first time I learned how to play an A chord or a D chord on the acoustic, I was just like, wow, how do I implement this? And and then you learn from that, but then you find out how deep music is.
Right. How many different variations? How many different ways can you play that A chord?
I know.
There are so many extensions and versions.
I can play it with one finger.
You can do it with one finger too.
The end of one finger.
Yeah.
But music is such a wonderful thing, and man, I'm so thankful for people like you, because I see that next generation of kids. I love the arts. I love murals. I love, every wall should have a mural on it in my mind. Every sidewalk should be a mural. I think about the streets of gold in heaven, on earth as it is in heaven. That's always my model. So I'm, how can we fix this place up, make it look better, sound better?
Right.
All those kind of things. Gable can't be hitting a wrong note. It's got to be tight and right. And so I love that, and I love that you are mentoring the next generation. And so, how did you transition out of that to kind of where you're at now? How things you from your job, from getting more students,
Yeah, well, it's word of mouth in a small town. I've grown up here. I've lived here for. I'm 36. We've lived here for 32 years.
Right.
I think I know about 10,000 people around here.
Exactly.
So that goes a long way, just like word of mouth. Oh, hey, Adam, I hear you giving music lessons. Can we try this out with my kid?
Right.
But then that grows. It's certainly outside of my acquaintances at this point, and I'm getting students from all over the area.
Right.
But it's just good mentorship, and I'm good with kids too. I've taught kids in the classroom. I taught kids in the classroom for 7 years, so I communicate well with children. That's maybe because I'm a big child. I don't know. We're still working through that one. But it's about mentorship. My very first student, Taryn, Casey Bonkowski's child, Taryn.
Okay.
I was playing at Summit Church with Casey on that team, and I still do.
Love Casey.
I do too.
Bonkowski's.
And
Jeremy. I didn't forget you, baby.
That's right. Jacoby, you're with us too, buddy. So I was playing on that team, and Casey asked me if I would give Taryn piano lessons. Again, I'm working full-time, and I have my store, and I was like, no, heck no, I don't want to do this. This is way too much.
The audacity of those church people.
Right, those Baptists. So then I thought about it more. I talked with my wife, and going back to Marcus, my music teacher.
Adam.
Do it, Adam. You can do it. He was such a mentor, and going through this process, I thought, I should be able to pass forward some of the lessons that he gave me onto another generation.
Right.
And that's where it started, right there with Taryn. Right. And I have fluctuates 25 to 30 students, and I love doing it. It's a great job. It's such a good job.
Music. We love music.
I'm very fortunate.
Yes. All right, let's talk just a little bit more in the arts field. How did you get into doing the pottery and making the stuff? And give me a little taste of that. Where'd that start at?
It goes back to mentorship.
Yeah.
Everything goes back to mentorship.
It does.
I was homeschooled, and we always do like painting and things like that growing up. And I wanted to go to Freedom High School before that opportunity was gone. So I went to Freedom High School in my junior year, 2004.
Go Patriots.
Yeah. And I had a teacher, Jenny Maston, and that's where I had my first pottery class. And I don't remember a whole lot from back then, but I remember what she said on my report card. And it said, Adam took to the pottery wheel like a duck to water.
What about that?
That's stuck with me.
That stuck, man.
Yeah,
listen at that.
That's there forever. And so I went through high school, and then Western Piedmont, had some early classes there, but then I had some other teachers at Western Piedmont teaching really solid technical skills. Courtney Long, she's at the School of Science and Mathematics now, teaching art.
What about that?
And Shane Mickey, huge mentor in my life.
Yeah.
He's a full-time ceramics professor at, I want to say, Mars Hill.
Right.
Yeah. And then up to Appalachian, more good mentorship, encouragement. And, once you're doing it, it's a life cycle, and it's just part of your life.
Yeah, you want to give back and enlighten and pass the torch on.
And just continue with more of this ceramics and helping other people. So once you catch that bug, it's not going anywhere.
That's right. That's awesome. Adam, what is kind of some of the things you're looking forward to in the arts community here in Morganton? We got the Burke Arts Council and excited about all those things that are going on. And what are some of the things you see?
I'm really excited for the Arts Council to be back and able to perform more in their new space.
Yeah.
We have a strong community of craftspeople and artists in Morganton. Right. I mean, right here in our place, we have like 15 people utilizing this space.
Right.
But then there's all these other people around us that are doing their thing. In the future, I am looking forward to more galleries, more art spaces in Morganton.
Creative spaces,
class spaces. That's one thing that we do lack, is somewhere that gives art classes, art lessons consistently.
Yeah.
That would be a really good draw for kids and families. Right. We can't do it because we don't have space. We're spatially limited here.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the things we're working on, even at Morganton Live, and the team we've got in place is seeing the art school and all those dynamics. The Burke Arts Council, man, it's so excited about what they're doing and what's going on there, and the performance theater that they're putting in there, and the things that's going on at Western Piedmont with Joel and the team over there. We got some good things getting ready to happen, and we're really excited about seeing that narrative come to play.
Yeah.
And and everybody connecting and being a part of that. It's like football teams. You got a lot of different teams in play, but we want to get everybody together and bring the best show and all that kind of stuff, and the best players, and bring the kids up and bring up bring up our local community. Like it should be.
But you know what? These landlords got to get with the program here, because businesses can't go into a 100-year-old building that is dilapidated and charge $1,600 in rent for a
that's
startup
tough.
business. You have to have everyone on the same page. You have to have city leadership. You have to have more of these landlords on the same page with us. You have to have community members to support these businesses.
Everybody's got to be in there.
Without all of that, we're going to have we're going to have abandoned stores. We have abandoned stores now. Those need to go.
Right.
We have
It's got to be
offices.
innovation.
We have offices. Offices need to go. Lawyers' offices. I love our lawyers. I love my insurance person. He's fantastic. But, this stuff is not retail. And it's not bringing in tourism. Like we need to have flourishing small businesses. It has to be full of... Go to Black Mountain. How many lawyers' offices are there on the main street in Black Mountain? Probably zero. Right. We got... I did a loop around our little block. Right. And 13 out of 27 businesses were open for retail, and that's not enough.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's got to be about that. I'm all about business, and you're right. Ooh, you're hitting below the belt there, Adam, here
we got to get on the same page.
Yeah, that's right. But you're exactly right. But that's one thing I'm looking forward to bringing, even in my business and stuff like that, is manufacturing, and bring. We've got some of the things, even Morganton Live, man, some of the things, Rossi, man, we're working on things it's just incredible that people don't realize it's getting ready to take place, that can happen, and so that our city can be, like you said, a place where people it can be a destination, it can be an experience. People right now come into town, they gotta come in town, and they go out on the outskirts to eat. There's nowhere to eat in town. I mean, we've got some places, but it's
we need those staples.
You gotta have
they're always open.
Gotta have it all.
Consistent food, consistent hours.
I'm very selfish, and I want it all, So that's what I'm saying is I want the best roads, the best internets, the best art galleries, the best, and we got it all. We got it all right here in Morganton. We got the best scenery, everything. I want to have the best roads, innovation. You got to think outside the box. You got to remodel. You got to tear stuff down, build stuff up. We can't build on the old. You can't build on stuff that's falling apart.
Yeah.
Just got to tear it down, start over. And move on.
But there's good bones in those buildings.
Good bones, But it's all going to come together. But, man, Adam, thanks for being on the podcast and sharing all the different insights. And, man, I'm excited about your business.
Thank you.
We're going to be showing people all the different things that they can get here at West Union Art Galleries.
Thank you.